Welcome back to Let's Play Might and Magic 6. This is episode 14. We have a fairly transitional episode in store here. It's probably going to be quite short. As you can see, we are back in Castle Iron Fist right now, not where we left off in the Misty Islands, and our plan has to have changed a little bit. So I'll explain exactly what you missed between episodes and what we're going to do next. But in the meantime, while I'm speaking, I'm also going to try and clear out some of the overworld enemies between us and the next place we're going to be. So between episodes, I took the opportunity. There was no leveling up that we could do, but I took the opportunity to get us some new equipment in various ways, and also we certainly worked on our skills a little bit as well. I've managed to find an expert trainer for bodybuilding, which I've used on everyone. Everyone was in level 4 of bodybuilding, and now they're all experts as well, which has essentially just given them all more hit points. Everyone has more hit points than they did. And characters 2, 3, and 4, all but our paladin, they have all also been upgraded to expert in meditation, which gives them essentially the same sort of deal, but with spell points rather than hit points. Our paladin is now trained in body magic, so he can be a sort of secondary healing character there. And also is now an expert in spirit magic, which is very useful in the sense that being an expert in various spell schools means the spells have, rather than just merely statistically work better, they also generally change the way they work and become more powerful as well. And one of the things in spirit magic that we can do now we have expert, and we really should do it actually, is the bless spell now affects the entire party. So with a single cast, we can now increase the to-hit percentage of our whole party. Obviously that's going to be much easier to be able to keep in a permanently up condition now that we don't have to cast it 4 times each time. So was there anything else that we missed? No, I don't think so. Meditation, body building, body magic, spirit magic. I think that's pretty much everything. So the plan that we laid out in the previous episode was that Prince Nikolai is missing and has run off to the circus, and we were going to go and find him in order to get access to Castle Ironfist again to hand in the quest that would promote our paladin to a crusader, which is one of the most the first sort of part of the game is trying to do these promotion quests. There are 6 of them for each of the different classes. So that's what we were going to do. Well, I looked up the circus. The circus, as I said, travels around. It's not always found in the same place, and only, in fact, 3 months out of the year is it found anywhere at all. For the most part of the year, it's nowhere. The circus tents that you find are empty. Well, as you can see on the rest screen here, it's the 5th of April right now, and well, quite usefully, the circus is actually somewhere in April. You can find the circus in April. Unfortunately, it's in Blackshire. Now, Blackshire is a world map that is far beyond us right now. It's simply we would die horribly in that map. It's full of dragons. It's really not an option for a place that we can go right now. So, okay, well, when's the next circus? Well, it goes in August. It goes to Mire of the Damned. Similarly, that is not a place that currently we can hack. We will die there as well. There is a low-level map that it visits, and that's Bootleg Bay. We could definitely handle Bootleg Bay right now. When does it visit? When does the circus come to Bootleg Bay? Well, December. The circus doesn't come to Bootleg Bay until December. So we have, I think, 3 options here. We can we can try and handle the difficulty of finding the circus in Blackshire and trying to get to it. I don't really fancy that. I don't think it will work very well at all. We can just rest for something like 200 days, and then make our way to Bootleg Bay to do the next thing. Well, that, you know, doesn't really appeal particularly. Or we can try and do something else. We can try and do something else, work on our skills a little bit, and then maybe we don't even have to wait until December. Maybe we're high enough level to be able to go to one of the other circus locations before December. So that's what we're going to have to do. Unfortunately, the little Fecker Nikolai is just simply not accessible to us at the moment. It will be a very tricky situation to reach him, which is a shame because he is the blocker on an important quest that we have. But that's the way it is. Unfortunately, I think the right thing to have done, in hindsight, would be not to talk to Wilbur Humphrey, not to talk to him, not to go into Castle Iron Fist at all. That's the edge of the map there. I can't reach that guy to loot him. Is to not go in there, not trigger his disappearance at all, and then I think we would have been okay. But I'm not in the habit of reloading for a mistake like that, especially since it was ages ago. So I think we're stuck with the situation that we're in at the moment. So instead what we're going to do is, rather than... we are ready to hand in that quest to Wilbur Humphrey, it's just we can't access him just yet. I think what we're going to do is just do something else, and we're going to go to this dungeon here, but there's just one other thing that I want to do. Before we go in there, there's a little area that we can also clear out on the overworld, which is up here. I already cleared out the sort of bottom reaches of this slope area here, but we have a few more guys to kill up here. And who we're going to visit right up here, in a building up here, is the Seer. Now the Seer will give us some assistance in the game, information mostly, rather than actual assistance, useful assistance. But he does factor in an important way, and I'll show you how. If we go and speak to him here, well, for one thing, he will give a hint as to the next thing that we should be doing in the main quest, which in this case he says, do the promotion quests for the 6 lords. I think we've met 2 or 3 of them only at the moment. We have done one of the quests, the one we can't hand in. We still have 5 more to even find and do. So he provides that information for us. He will also send us on pilgrimages. So he says that in April, the Shrine of Endurance is the shrine to go on a pilgrimage to. And those things will be stored in our auto notes on the Seer panel, which I was wondering a few episodes ago what that was for. Oh, he doesn't actually tell us about the shrine. Never mind. Maybe it's somewhere else. I guess not. Okay, maybe it isn't. Well, we can keep a note on that on paper. So the Shrine of Endurance, we have no idea where it is, but that is the shrine that works in the month of April, and for every other month there's a different shrine. Okay, so we are just going to go, let's just do a wizard eye there so that we can spot any corpses that are still lying on the ground there. But we're going to go into this dungeon. Oh, there are a few. We're going to go over into this dungeon on the left, which is the Shadow Guild hideout. We've actually been sent in here on a quest. It was one of the first quests we picked up back in New Sorpigal, actually. And that was to rescue someone called Shari, which we can do in here. So, the Shadow Guild hideout, there we are. I'm going to leave it there because this, unlike any of the other dungeons that we've seen so far in the game, is fairly small, and I think we're going to be able to do it all in one go, in one episode. So I'm going to cut it off there. Sorry for the very transitional nature of this episode, but we'll get right back into the action next time in the Shadow Guild hideout in Razing the Baa episode 15. Thank you for watching.